The details in this audio program are not comprehensive and should be supplemented with your owner's manual. In addition, all the details given here may not apply to your BMW due to equipment specifications offered on a particular model or optional equipment ordered with the car. In the interest of continuing technical development, BMW of North America Incorporated reserves the right to modify designs, equipment, and accessories. This audio program may be reproduced or copied only with the express written consent of BMW of North America Incorporated. So that you can safely follow along with this program, it is recommended that you review it with the engine on and with the car at a standstill. In the interest of safety, never run your car in a closed area.
Congratulations and welcome. We at BMW would like to thank you for choosing the new 5 Series Sports Sedan as your next automobile. Your new 5 Series continues BMW's world-class motoring heritage. Engineered for outstanding performance and precise handling, your BMW combines safety, engineering, design, and luxury in a performance car. Your 5 Series sets new standards in virtually every aspect of engineering and design, driving dynamics, elegance, and luxury, hallmarks of the BMW experience. Take a moment to look over the interior of your new 5 Series BMW. Whether this is your first BMW or your latest among many, you'll recognize the care that has gone into designing your car. Comfort, convenience, security, and safety features are all placed at your fingertips.
This program is your guide to the operation, features, and controls of your new 5 Series. Use it in conjunction with your owner's manual, which includes additional information, specifications, and helpful illustrations. These are just part of the useful materials made available to you in your owner's portfolio. Open it up for a moment to see the kind of information it contains. Emergency information, including your roadside assistance identification card with a 24-hour toll-free 800 number. Manuals for your radio, service warranty information, the number of your direct contact at your retail center, as well as a directory of every retail center in the country. Keep your portfolio with the car so you can take advantage of the information it provides whenever and wherever the need arises. Enjoying the BMW experience to its fullest depends on your car and on you. That's why knowing how your BMW operates, what it is capable of doing, how the convenience features work, and where things are go a long way in helping you get the most out of the 5 Series driving experience. Segment 2, General Controls.
The main instrument panel of your BMW is positioned in front of you and is your primary source of information while you're driving. It consists of familiar gauges, indicator lights, and warning lights. Along the bottom of the panel, starting on the left, are indicator lights for your fog lights, battery charge, engine oil pressure, and check engine. Next to these lights is the service interval indicator for oil service and inspections. In the center of your instrument panel is your message center readout, capable of communicating an array of information, including check control, safety and warning messages, and onboard computer data. The black button to the right of the tachometer is used in conjunction with these messages.
If you're driving a 528, a pictogram is next to the indicator lights along the bottom panel. This pictogram will warn you of low-priority check control messages, such as an open door or trunk, and any malfunction in your lighting system, as well as low washer fluid levels. How and when check control messages are displayed will be explained thoroughly in the segments to follow. In the center of the instrument panel is the constant temperature readout for the outside. This display screen also serves as the message center readout for your check control, safety, and warning messages from the onboard computer. The top of the center display is comprised of a readout for the total mileage for your vehicle on the upper left and the individual trip mileage to the right. The mileage for any trip can be measured by resetting the trip display with the black button to the left of the speedometer and above the pictogram of your car. To the right of the temperature display is the transmission modes or gear positions display. Below is the service interval indicator for oil service and inspections. Next to this display are the warning and indicator lights for parking brakes, the anti-lock braking system, brake fluid level, airbag readiness, cruise control, seat belts, and the transmission emergency program. If your BMW is a 540, the service interval indicator for oil service and inspections is next to the indicator lights at the bottom panel. In the center of your instrument panel is your message center readout, capable of communicating an array of information, including check control, safety and warning messages, and onboard computer data. The black button to the right of the tachometer is used in conjunction with these messages.
How and when check control messages are displayed will be explained thoroughly in the segments to follow. Above the message center display is other information. On the left of the display is your vehicle's total mileage. In the middle, the resettable trip mileage readout, and on the right, the outside temperature readout. The mileage for any trip can be measured by resetting the center display with the black button to the left of the speedometer and above the service indicator readout. The display next to the temperature readout is the transmission modes and gear positions display. Next to this display are the warning and indicator lights for parking brakes, seat belts, cruise control, the anti-lock braking system, and airbag readiness. Numerous controls and functions are placed at your fingertips. Being familiar with these controls will make it easier for you to follow along when we go into more detail later in this program.
Your BMW is equipped with high-output headlights. To the left of the steering wheel is the dash-mounted dial switch that operates your lights. In the full upright position, the lights are off. By turning the dial clockwise to the second position, you activate the parking lights. Turning the dial to the next position activates your low-beam headlights. The instrument panel will illuminate when either the parking or headlights are in operation. The brightness of the instrument panel illumination can be manually adjusted with a knurled knob to the right of the light switch. Your 5 Series is also equipped with fog lights. The fog light switch is located on the right side of the instrument cluster. When this switch is on, the fog lights will come on with the parking lights or headlights. The indicator light on the bottom left of the instrument panel will illuminate to tell you when your fog lights are in operation.
At the heart of your driver information system is the Advanced Multi-Information Display, or MID. Located in the center console, the MID allows you to access an array of information from a single central control panel. These features include the audio system, the optional BMW cellular telephone system, and the onboard computer, or OBC. The MID control panel allows you to call up the status of each system or feature and operate them simultaneously. Below the multi-information display is the climate control panel, which incorporates heating, ventilation, and air conditioning in a single, highly versatile unit.
You can either listen to this entire audio program or use the printed table of contents to pick those segments you're most interested in. You may make your selection using the music search mode of the radio. Each segment is introduced by title, so you'll always know where you are in the program. To make certain we're all starting with the same visual readouts and menus, press the audio mode button to the right of the MID. Looking at the main display, the left side of the readout tells you you're on side A. The right side gives you either the time or some onboard computer information. Under the main display are the menu and functions which you can select. If you need to get to side B, simply press the function button labeled Side. If you would like to switch from this tape mode to radio, CD, or weather band, you can press the desired function button on the MID.
The buttons on the left side of your multifunction steering wheel allow you to control and operate certain aspects of your audio system and the optional BMW cellular telephone. In order to activate the controls for the stereo, you need to first make sure the radio telephone button, that's the second button from the bottom, is switched to the radio mode. Now you can use the buttons on the left side of your steering wheel to control the volume, using the plus-minus buttons and the music search modes for the tape player, radio, or the optional BMW CD player using the up and down arrows.
Using these arrow buttons, you can music search either backward or forward to the start of a segment on this tape. A single arrow in the MID tells you the direction the tape is traveling. If this arrow is accompanied with an R, it means the tape player is music searching in reverse. To manually fast forward or rewind without stopping at each segment, tap either arrow button twice in succession. Double arrows in the MID tell you the tape is fast forwarding. If these arrows are accompanied with an R, it means the tape is in rewind. To stop fast forward or rewind, tap the button again and the stereo will return to normal play.
The buttons on the right side of your steering wheel operate the entire cruise control system, plus an air recirculation feature. If you've chosen the optional heated steering wheel feature, the recirculation button is replaced with a button to activate the heated steering wheel. If you have chosen this option, the recirculation function can only be controlled from the button on the climate control system in the center console. The multi-function stalk control, to the left of the steering column, operates the turn signals and high beams. It can also be used to retrieve information from your onboard computer and display it in the instrument panel message center. Segment 3. The braking in process.
Your car is a finely tuned, superbly engineered machine that requires an initial break-in period so that it can reach its maximum operating potential. To properly break in the engine, transmission, brake pads, and tires, it's important that you not exceed the recommended engine RPM for the first 1,200 miles. Your owner's manual outlines the recommended break-in procedures for your car. And from your first tank full of gas on, you must use unleaded fuel with a minimum octane rating of 91. And now we're ready to begin our guided tour of one of the world's finest automobiles, your new 5 Series.
Segment 4. Multi-Information Display and Onboard Computer.
The Advanced Multi-Information Display, or MID, is located in the center console just above the climate controls. As the central control and information center of your BMW, the MID allows you to operate many of the features and systems of your 540i simultaneously or separately. The systems controlled through the MID include audio, cellular telephone, onboard computer, digital clock, and timer functions.
On the left side of the MID is the on-off and volume control knob for the stereo. On the right side of the display are the 3 mode selectors which control the audio system, access to the optional cellular telephone, the clock, and onboard computer or OBC. The MID incorporates the controls for each one of these systems into a single operator control panel and display source. When you switch between modes, the main display will indicate the primary information about the mode you're in, plus selected data about other systems. The menu display over the 6 function buttons on the MID will always change to reflect the functions specific to the mode you are currently controlling. Movement from one mode to another will not disrupt or cancel any pre-selected operations.
You can switch to the computer or BC mode while continuing to enjoy your audio selection by pressing the BC side of the mode selector button. Press the BC button now. Notice that the readout and menu choices for the function buttons change in the main display, reflecting the onboard computer choices. The left side of the main display still shows that you are on the A side of this tape. On the right side is the onboard computer information. You can even go one step further. Press the clock timer side of the BC button. Now the right side of the MID displays the time. In this case, the audio system, the onboard computer functions, and the clock are displayed simultaneously. The Search-Seek arrow buttons just above the on-off volume knob can be used to seek radio stations, music search tapes, or track search CDs in the optional BMW CD changer, depending upon which audio system you're using. The on-off volume knob turns the audio system on and off when you push it in and is used to adjust the audio volume. Volume controls for both audio and telephone are also a part of the multifunction steering wheel.
Your 5 Series is equipped with an onboard computer or OBC, which functions as the driver's personal computer. Working in conjunction with the clock timer, the OBC is designed to receive and evaluate data, calculate, and then communicate its useful information to you. The OBC's purpose is to make your driving experience safer, more economical, and comfortable. Placing the ignition key in the second position or beyond activates the onboard computer, its displays, and its multifunction buttons. To activate the onboard computer, press the mode button marked BC on the right side of the Multi-Information Display, or MID. The MID will now display any current functions of the OBC that are selected. The selections displayed above the 6 multifunction buttons identifies the functions and information of the OBC's current selection, and any additional functions the OBC offers in the current mode. These 6 multifunction buttons allow you to navigate the OBC, select different functions in each mode, and program and date information specific to your individual trips.
The OBC also recalls and calculates performance and driving information based on your individual driving style. The first button tells you what your average gas consumption is at any given time. Pressing the left side of the Set button, once you're in the consumption function, allows you to switch between miles per gallon or liters per kilometer. There are 2 gas consumption settings within the gas consumption mode. The first setting tracks long-term fuel consumption, the second, daily fuel consumption. The second button is the range button. This function tells you the number of miles you can expect to travel with the amount of gas you have in your tank. The third menu selection, the distance arrival function, requires some input from you in order to customize the information to your specific traveling requirements. The numerical buttons needed for programming this mode are displayed in the MID and are called up when you press the distance side of the function button followed by the Set button on the far right of the MID. In order to keep track of how far you are from a destination at any given time during a trip, you must program the total distance to that destination at the beginning of the trip. The OBC utilizes this information to calculate the remaining miles and time until arrival based on your present speed. To input the destination distance, first press the function button marked DIST, then press Set. 4 dashes will appear in the MID. The letters MLS will flash until you've input the information. You can see that the function buttons on the MID have now switched to numerical input buttons. Use these numbered buttons to input the trip distance and then press Set. When MLS stops flashing, you know your input has been confirmed and you're ready to begin your trip. As you're traveling, you can press either the ARR side of the function button to display the remaining time till arrival, or DIST to check the remaining distance to your destination. The fourth function button of the OBC is the automatic calculation of your average speed. When you're on the road, you can call it up any time by pressing the button marked Speed. You have the option of displaying any other function without interfering with these trip calculations. You may press the clock button to return to the time or choose whatever other function you prefer to have on display.
The OBC in your 5 series can also be programmed to remind you when you have exceeded a pre-selected maximum speed. To select the maximum speed and set this option, press the function button marked Limit, then press Set. 3 dashes will appear on the MID, along with a flashing MPH designation. Enter your desired maximum speed and then press Set. MPH will stop flashing. Now, anytime you exceed your maximum speed, a chime will sound and the word Limit will flash on the main display, and the maximum speed chosen will be displayed in the main instrument cluster. The word Limit will stay on in the MID until you decide to turn the function off. The Limit function can be deactivated simply by pressing the Limit button. To reactivate, press again. The most recent maximum speed setting will be maintained in the OBC memory, but the warning function won't be activated until you press the Limit function again.
The clock, with its flexible programming and selection of timing functions, is also integrated into the multi-information display. Press the clock timer side of the BC mode button to access the clock. Press again to access the menu display of the clock functions. These will include stopwatch, vent on, timer 1 and 2, date, the special memo function, and the set button. Notice that the left side of the set button gives you a choice of a standard 12-hour clock or a European 24-hour clock display. With the clock timer menu on, you can reset the clock by first pressing Set. Hours and minutes will appear on the MID, and the dots between hours and minutes in the main display will flash. Input the desired time and press Set again. The new time is confirmed when the dots between hours and minutes stop flashing. The stopwatch function of your clock works just like any stopwatch. Press Stopwatch and Stop W with a 0-time display will appear. Press Set and the stopwatch will start. An icon of a clock face with an arrow will appear to the far right of the MID, over the Set button. Press Set again and the split time will be displayed while the stopwatch continues to run. Press Stopwatch again and the watch will display the elapsed time. Press Set to end the measured timing.
The stopwatch can be run in the background while you access other information through the MID. To clear the stopwatch, press Stopwatch again and choose another function. The date can be changed in much the same way as the time. To reset the date, select the Date function from the menu. Press the Set button, which brings the month, day, and year up on the menu. The word Date flashes in the main display. Program the correct date, then press Set. If you prefer the European 24-hour clock, the date will also be displayed in the European order. Your clock timer also has a special memo function which can signal you a few seconds before the top of the hour. Press the memo button and a sound wave symbol will come on in the upper right side of the main display. At approximately 15 seconds before every hour, you'll hear a reminder chime. To turn the function off, press the off side of the memo button.
The onboard computer and clock timer messages and information are displayed in the center console MID. If you are driving a 540, this information can also be displayed on the instrument cluster. You don't have to be in the BC mode on the MID in order to have access to this onboard computer data. Click on the BC switch located on the end of your turn signal stalk and release. This allows you to scroll through the entire sequence of OBC functions. The display will go blank at the end of the entire sequence. The next press of the switch will start the entire sequence over again. You can customize the number and order of OBC messages that the turn signal stalk control will call up on the driver's instrument panel display of your 540. Press in and hold the BC switch on the turn signal stalk until PROG comes up on the driver's instrument panel display and PROG1 appears on the MID. Now, using the function buttons on the MID, enter the displays you want the turn signal stalk control to call up in the order you desire. These selected function titles will show up in the MID. To confirm your selections, press Set. Segment 5, Steering Wheel and Cruise Control.
The function controls that have been built into the steering wheel are part of BMW's continuing effort to make driving your car more pleasurable, convenient, and safe. The bottom control button on the left side of your steering wheel is for the operation of the optional BMW cellular telephone. You can use it to begin or end a hands-free phone call. When you press it, messages regarding your telephone will appear in the driver's instrument panel display. The next control up lets you switch between the audio and the telephone modes. When you switch the steering wheel control to audio, the arrow buttons are used to music search tape cassettes like this one, seek radio stations, or track search a CD in the optional BMW CD changer. The plus-minus switches control audio volume. When you switch to telephone, the arrow buttons are used to scroll up and down through your personalized phone directory. The phone numbers you put into memory will also appear in the driver's instrument panel display. Once you've dialed a number, the plus and minus buttons control the telephone speaker volume. In your 5 Series, the bottom button on the right side of the steering wheel is for the recirculate air function of the climate control system. This function is especially useful when you want to quickly shut off the fresh air that's entering the cabin in heavy traffic situations or to avoid unpleasant odors. If you've chosen the optional heated steering wheel for your BMW, this button will activate this optional feature. In this case, the recirculate air function can only be controlled by the button on the climate control system in the center console.
With cruise control, you can maintain a steady highway speed without using the accelerator. The cruise control is programmed and operated by the top 4 controls on the right side of the steering wheel. To assure cruise control is not accidentally engaged when you're operating your car, you must first turn it on using the main switch to the right of the steering column. The cruise control symbol will light on the driver's instrument panel. Once you've reached a constant speed of 20 miles per hour or more, you may engage the system.
Once you have accelerated to the speed you desire, tap the plus switch on your steering wheel. You can now take your foot off the accelerator. The system has memorized your speed. Additional taps on the plus switch will increase your speed incrementally by approximately 1 mile per hour. The maximum number of taps before you must reset a new speed is 8. Pressing and holding the plus or minus switches will allow you to accelerate or decelerate smoothly. You can interrupt cruise control temporarily by tapping the button just below the plus-minus switches. As a safety feature, cruise control is interrupted automatically whenever you use the brake, shift to neutral, or when you drive at least 10 miles per hour over your pre-selected speed for more than 30 seconds. To resume cruise control at your memorized speed, simply tap the top button. Please note that cruise control has to be reset each time you drive. When you turn off the ignition, cruise control's memory is erased automatically. Segment 6. Safety Features.
As part of a continuing emphasis on safety, BMW has focused its engineering and design efforts on Safety First, FIRST. This acronym stands for Fully Integrated Road Safety Technology and represents BMW's commitment to the improvement and perfection of both passive and active safety features. Of course, there are some things you must do, like always fasten your seatbelt securely and encourage your passengers to do the same. It's the law in many states, and for BMW, the intelligent way to safely drive your car. All new BMW models are equipped with dual threshold airbags for the driver's side and the front passenger seat. Your BMW 5 Series is also equipped with side impact airbags, affording you and your front seat passenger additional protection from side impact accidents. The Supplementary Restraint System, or SRS, is not designed to replace your seat belts, but rather to maximize the protection of the driver and front passenger in case of a serious frontal or side impact accident. Your BMW has a diagnostic feature that constantly monitors the readiness of your vehicle's supplementary restraint system. It should be noted that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has found that in the event of a frontal collision, front airbags can cause serious injury to unbuckled individuals. They have also determined that front airbags do not work with rear-facing child seats and can in fact cause serious injury to any infant in this type of car seat. BMW urges you not to place any type of child car seat in the front passenger seat. The rear passenger seat is the safest place for children of any age to ride and be secured. Observing these precautions will enhance the safety of your BMW while minimizing the potential for any airbag-induced injuries. Refer to your owner's manual under Supplementary Restraint System, or SRS, to learn more about this important safety system.
Your 5 Series is equipped with 3-point seat belts and head restraints in every seating position. As an added safety feature, the seat belts automatically tighten more securely against your body when the situation requires it. The front seat belts will adjust to individual height automatically. To improve safety and your ability to secure a child safety seat in your BMW, all 3 rear passenger belts of your BMW are newly equipped with locking retractors. To utilize this feature, pull the selected belt all the way out, then allow it to retract to the desired length to accommodate the child safety seat.
Active safety features such as steering, suspension, and brakes are designed to help you avoid accidents. A critical aspect of BMW's focus on active safety and driver control is the anti-lock brake system, or ABS. ABS helps to maintain braking stability so that you can steer and maneuver through adverse conditions. Since safety is the primary reason for ABS, it should never be used to justify unreasonable risks, which could jeopardize your safety or the safety of your passengers. When you're braking and ABS is activated, you will feel a pulsating sensation through the brake pedal. This is ABS in action and is a completely normal function.
Your 5 Series is equipped with BMW's all-season traction control system, AST. AST is a highly responsive safety system which helps keep the rear wheels from slipping and automatically gives your BMW optimum traction in unfavorable driving and road conditions. All-season traction is ready for operation whenever the engine is started and can be manually turned off and on by pushing the ASC button on the center console. The triangular indicator light for AST is located in the middle of the instrument panel between the speedometer and tachometer. When the system is on and functioning properly, this light will come on and then go off when the engine is started. When road conditions require the system to go into quick and automatic action, you'll see the indicator light flicker on and off. If the light goes on and stays on, there may be a problem. Your car can certainly be driven normally without AST in operation, but it's suggested that you contact your BMW retail center to get the system checked as soon as possible. Segment 7. Service Check Control Messages.
As part of your BMW's unique self-diagnostic capabilities, your 5 Series is equipped with an array of indicator and warning lights that let you know the status of its many operating systems. Strategically placed in the driver's instrument panel so you can easily see them, these lights tell you whether or not various systems are working or if there is a malfunction you should be aware of. When you start the engine, many of these warning lights, including the reserve fuel indicator, will come on momentarily. This is a normal function of the bulb check system and does not mean there are any problems. If, however, a warning light appears while you're driving, a malfunction could be indicated. Check your owner's manual. It identifies the location, function, and meaning of each of these lights and what action to take if a problem is indicated.
The check control system of your 528i monitors the many functions in your BMW, reminds you of certain safety procedures, and warns you of malfunctions. The system communicates with you through the warning lights and the pictogram of your car in the instrument panel. The pictogram will warn you of low-priority check control messages, such as an open door or trunk, any malfunction in your lighting system, and low wiper fluid levels. If a warning or reminder is required, a beep will sound, and a red warning light will illuminate the affected area of your car in the pictogram. All these signals will remain lit until the problem is corrected, except the low washer fluid message, which will clear itself after 60 seconds. The service indicator light is located in the instrument panel to the right of the outside temperature readout. It's illuminated when you start the car. As part of the system that monitors your car's performance, the service indicator lets you know when an oil service or inspection is due. The timing for service and inspections isn't based on some arbitrary predetermined schedule, but on the needs of your particular BMW. The fewer green lights there are on the indicator strip, the closer the car is to getting an inspection or oil service. When a yellow light and the inscription Oil Service or Inspection come on, an appointment with your dealership service department is due. A red light lets you know you've gone over the proper interval for maintenance and you should make an appointment at your earliest possible convenience. Being aware of what the service indicator is telling you is one more way of maintaining the consistent, high performance you expect from your BMW.
The check control system of your 5 Series monitors the many functions in your BMW, reminds you of certain safety procedures, and warns you of malfunctions. The system communicates with you through the message center in the instrument panel. If a warning or reminder is required, a chime sounds and red warning arrows and a descriptive message appear in the display. The system can be checked and some messages cleared using the black check control button that extends out of the right side of the instrument panel. The messages displayed by check control are set in priorities. The highest priority is given to situations that are most urgent and cannot be ignored, such as releasing your parking brake or checking your brake fluid level. Priority 1 messages also include indications of a high coolant temperature and low engine oil pressure. All situations that require immediate attention. Along with flashing warning arrows and a gong, these warning messages will come on and stay on until the problem is taken care of. They cannot be cleared with the check control button. In the unlikely situation that several high-priority problems occur at once, they will be displayed one after another in succession.
Priority 2 and 3 messages are still important, but less urgent. They'll warn you about such problems as an open trunk lid or open door, when the ignition key is in the start position or the car is in motion. If you see these arrows and aren't familiar with the warning they're indicating, press the check control button to the right of the tachometer and the message will reappear. Check control also monitors your BMW's lights, everything from brake lights to headlights. When a message comes on that says, for example, check high beam light, it means that either a bulb has failed, a fuse has blown, or the circuit is defective. After you've turned the ignition off and opened the door, the check control is still at work to remind you with a message and a gong that you've left your headlights on or that you haven't taken your key. After you've taken the key out, you can still use the check control button to call up messages for up to 3 minutes after the ignition is turned off. When everything is clear and working properly, the message will read, check control OK.
The service indicator light for your 540i is located in the instrument panel to the left of the check control message center, and in the 528i to the right of the check control message center. It is illuminated when you start the car. As part of the system that monitors your car's performance, the service indicator lets you know when an oil service or inspection is due. The timing for service and inspections isn't based on some arbitrary predetermined schedule, but on the needs of your particular BMW. The fewer green lights there are on the indicator strip, the closer the car is getting to an inspection or oil service. When a yellow light and the inscription oil service or inspection come on, an appointment with your retail center service department is due. A red light lets you know when you've gone over the proper interval for maintenance, and you should make an appointment at your earliest possible convenience.
Even though the outside temperature is always displayed in the instrument panel, for your safety, your BMW senses when the outside temperature falls below 37 degrees Fahrenheit. A beep or a chime automatically sounds, allowing you to adjust to potentially hazardous driving conditions. Segment 8. Locking and Security Systems.
Your 5 Series comes with a set of 4 keys. 2 are identical master keys for you and another driver. Each of these keys incorporates a remote control transmitter. You will also find a plastic wallet key so you can always have a spare with you. A valet key that opens only the doors but not the trunk and glove compartment is the 4th key that comes with your BMW. Any part or the entire security system, locks, alarm, and drive-away protection can be activated from outside the car using the remote control or the master key.
The first thing you'll notice about your 5 Series is that there is only one exterior door lock located on the driver's side. Using a master key, you can lock and unlock the doors, trunk, and fuel filler door at once. You can also arm and disarm the security system from this position. You have the choice of unlocking just the driver's door or all 4 doors. Turn the master key once to the left to open the driver's door and the fuel filler door only. Turn it again to open the other doors. In each case, let the key go back by itself to the vertical position. If you hold the key in the furthest unlocked position, all 4 windows and moonroof will also open. This two-step unlocking procedure can also be done using the remote control system.
A moonroof comes standard on the 540i and is an optional feature that can be ordered in the BMW 528i. If you've gotten out of your car and see that the windows or the moonroof have been left open, you don't have to get back in to close them. Simply turn the master key to the right in the door lock as far as it will go and hold it there until everything closes. To open the windows and moonroof, turn the key to the left, the farthest unlock position, and hold it there until they're open. It's important that you insert the key completely into the ignition to engage it. A new security feature is built into the ignition system to discourage theft.
If your key isn't fully inserted, or if another key or tool is tried, the cylinder will simply rotate without engaging. The locking system on your BMW includes a double lock feature that's activated anytime the car is locked from the outside using either the master key in the lock or the remote control. Once the doors are locked from the outside, they cannot be unlocked from the inside. This means that even if someone manages to get in by breaking a window, they cannot open the doors. Of course, you must never lock the car from the outside with passengers inside.
If someone wants to stay in the car with the doors locked, they can lock and unlock them with a central locking button in the center console. Once they are locked from the inside this way, each door can be opened from the inside simply by using the door handles. Pull once on the handle and the door unlocks. Pull again and it opens.
When you use the central lock button, it locks the trunk and all 4 doors, but leaves the fuel filler door unlocked. So when you go into a gas station, you can keep the doors and trunk locked while the attendant fills the tank. To unlock the doors, press the central lock button again. You can unlock and open your trunk in a number of ways. An interior release button for the trunk has been introduced. Located above the hood release lever, this button unlocks and opens your trunk from the inside with a touch of the finger. You can also unlock it from the outside using the remote control or, of course, your master key. Remember, though, if you open the trunk with the master key while the car is double locked from the outside, you must relock the trunk when you close it.
In the interest of safety, the central locking system opens automatically in case of an accident or severe impact when the engine is running. For those of you with children, you can easily engage the child-proof rear door locks. There is a protective lockout device on each rear door. When you open the door, you'll see a red circular insert and slot in the locking mechanism. Put the tip of the master key in the slot and turn it outward. You'll feel it click into place. Now the rear doors cannot be opened from the inside.
The new multifunction remote control system is operated from the compact 3-button transmitter incorporated into your master keys. BMW's remote control system was designed to allow you to activate an array of locking and security systems from a safe, convenient distance. For instance, if you're in a crowded garage, one touch on the remote and your car will let you know where it is by turning on its interior lights. Let's take a look at how all the remote buttons and features work. Press the lock button with the BMW logo to simultaneously double lock all the doors, lock the trunk and fuel filler door, and arm the security system. A conspicuous red indicator light will flash as well.
The unlock button with the arrow can be used in a number of ways. Press it once to unlock the driver's door and fuel filler door and to disarm the security system. Press it a second time to unlock the other doors and the trunk. If you want the windows and moonroof to open while unlocking, simply continue to press and hold it until they open as far as you'd like. The third button on the remote control is the trunk button. It too has convenience and safety functions. Press it once and the trunk will open whether the car is locked or not. This can be a real help when your arms are full of packages. If the rest of the car is locked, you can then close the trunk and it will automatically relock. The trunk button also functions as a panic button for your BMW's security system. If the situation requires it, you can set off the alarm by pressing and holding the trunk button down. Remember, anytime the alarm goes off, it can be stopped by pressing the unlock button. This will also unlock the driver's door, so be sure to re-secure the car if necessary. When you lock your BMW, you arm the security system, and a special tilt sensor is activated which will set off the alarm if an attempt is made to steal the car by towing it or lifting it onto a flatbed. There are times, however, when you'll want the security system on, but without the tilt sensor function. Press the lock button twice in rapid succession. Now your car can be tilted without the alarm going off.
We hope this program is providing you with the kind of information you can use to get acquainted with your new BMW as quickly as possible. Remember, in your owner's portfolio, you'll find a number of helpful booklets, including your owner's manual, that contain specific information and details to help you take full advantage of the many features BMW offers.